Story 3. Braked Vans. The Fed controller had sent Nellie to Wellsworth to bank up Gordon's hill.
Perhaps if you can't push engines up the hill, you shall try to blow it up again.
The Fed controller joked, although Nellie didn't think it was funny. Nellie had asked if she wasn't too small to bank, but the Fed controller said that banking was the best way to learn your trucks.
For each engine you help, you shall ask what trucks they have, and what rules they know about carrying them. For those who sail past, you're a safety manager, spotting issues in their trains. Whistle to the signalman if there's anything awry.
Learning about trucks was well and good, but Nellie had the sense that the other engines would be the ones pulling her up the hill instead. Over the week, Nellie learned just how particular some rules could be. Many guards liked to have low-lying wagons in front of them so that they could see the train. Others wanted all the cumbersome loads placed right in front of them so that they could keep an eye on those, and they argued with the drivers and engines who also wanted them close for the same purpose.
"You might pull the train, but I'm accountable for its safety,"
the guards' vans would say, but the engines didn't care. Nellie nodded along to the guards' vans, whose faces were always stuck right in hers, but secretly she agreed with the engines. One day, James asked for help up the hill.
"I've got a heavy train, Nelly, but have you got enough wheels under that skirt to help?"
"You can't ask an engine what's under their skirt." She wheeshed. James might have gone redder, but she couldn't tell. As she came forward, she inspected his train. It had a tractor on a flatbed by the guard, clearly so the van could watch it. James must not have cared enough to argue. Then she noticed something off about the order of his trucks. All wagons have brakes, you see, but some special wagons have vacuum brakes. The engine generates vacuum, which travels through the wagons in a vacuum hose, and holds the brakes off the wheels. If that continuous line fails, like when an engine or wagon splits from the train, the vacuum brakes come on hard and bring the trucks to a stop. On the Fed controller's railway, these vans have a white V painted on their corner. Some wagons have a through vacuum pipe, which transfers vacuum pressure down the train without being connected to the wagon's brakes. These have a white circle. Then there are unfitted wagons, which have no marking at all.
"You'll have to reorder these before you go up the hill,"
Nellie told James.
"You've got unbraked vans in the middle of the train." "Ugh, I've got all the fitted ones behind me,"
the red engine protested.
"Well, you should have the through vans behind you and the braked ones in the middle of the train." "What's it matter? I've got 10 braked vans connected to the vacuum. It doesn't matter if the through ones come first. It's the same braking power anyway over the whole train. Or do you just want the gunpowder van right behind me, eh?"
Nellie didn't quite know why this rule applied, but James's reasoning made sense. 10 vans of braking power was 10 vans, no matter where they went. Back in the colliery, there were no fancy vacuum brakes, just her might against the rake of loaded, unruly trucks. Anyway, she felt more strongly about getting James over this hill and out of her sight than she did about enforcing some arbitrary rule. So she relented.
"Fine," she said. "Let's get you over this hill."
The train was heavy, but James had plenty of steam, and Nellie struggled to keep up once he'd charged away from her, across the valley and up the hill.
"Keep up, keep up,"
he growled.
Slow and steady,
Nellie chugged, but her words had no effect on James, who insisted on refusing her aid. As they marched up the hill, the guards' van's buffers would periodically leave hers, going further up the hill, and when she finally caught up to them, they didn't give her any weight. She held none of this train. As James neared the crest, he grew impatient and surged away. The brake van's buffers left Nellie's once more.
"You're going too slow. You're going too slow."
As he barged forward, there was a sickening snap, and with it, Nellie managed to catch up to the guard's van quite quickly. And when she did, she found that the weight on her buffers was far more than she'd carried before. In fact, there was so much weight that she began to slide backwards. Her wheels rolled forwards, and yet she kept sliding down the hill.
"I can't lose this train. I can't lose this train. I can't lose this train."
Over the vans, Nellie could see James advancing towards the crest, most of the braked vans with him.
"Finally, that's a help."
he said as his load significantly lightened.
And that's why you need braked vans in the middle, I suppose,
Nelly realized.
because a breakaway isn't always from the engine.
Come on, old girl.
Her driver yelled, banging her cab side.
It's just like those steep rises out from the coal loader. Keep on them.
And her driver smacked his hands on the cab side door, beating with the drum of her pistons, like the fire itself that roared in her firebox. James had only just realized the dilemma as he reached the top of the hill. The guard's bell dinged like a wind chime in a hurricane. Nellie surged her pistons to bring the train to a halt, but embers erupted from her spinning wheels, flying from her skirt. Without the weight on her side, she kept creeping down the hill.
You'll turn her wheels to slag, man,
the fireman shouted.
Right, let's do a controlled descent then, old girl,
the driver said, and he tightened the regulator, letting her wheels roll with the weight of the vans. They picked up pace down the hill, but her wheels could grip the rails now.
That's it,
her driver praised.
We'll stop 'em at the dip, you've got it.
And Nellie did. With her wheels finally holding the railhead tight, her weight against the vans kept them from gaining speed. Finally, when they reached the bottom of the hill, by the signal at the bridge, she was able to stop the breakaway. Overlooking the scene, from the bridge, was the Fete controller. He was upset to see Nellie involved in yet another incident at Gordon's Hill.
What has happened this time, Nelly? I thought you were doing quite well.
I should have stopped the train from going up the hill, but...
Oh, please, sir, don't blame Nelly for this. No, it was my fault, really,
James admitted, coming down the hill quickly.
Yeah, you see, she wanted to rearrange the train, you know. She told me I had to put the through vans up the front, but I didn't want to do it because it was going to take too much time, and we really had to get to Vicarstown, didn't we? But, you know, it's not all doom and gloom, is it, sir? I mean, you know, nobody got hurt, or at least the narrator didn't tell us anybody got hurt, so I think it's all okay. And as well, you know, you're going to get the rail grinder out tomorrow, weren't you? But I don't think you're going to have to do that anymore, because Nelly took about 2 millimeters off her wheels to grind down the rail all the way down the hill. So, you know, actually, I think we've done you a favour, don't you think?
I see.
The Fete controller said.
Maybe you have learned your trucks, Nelly. Perhaps you're ready for the yard. But you, James...
And he turned to the red engine.
You may need to spend some time banking, just to remember how a train should be put together.
Oh, don't make me bank, sir. I'm too splendid to do banking all day.
Then you'll look just fabulous going up and down this hill all day.